Good evening and welcome to this Intersocial event in the Formula Racing League. I'm Tom Cairns in the commentary box, providing you the details for today's event here at the Autódromo Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City, Mexico. Just so that you know, these drivers have already done their qualifying session last night, so today is a 100% race distance event. So it's a 71 lap race for the 20 drivers, and we've got a lot to look forward to in this one. Now, in case you're wondering about the talent of these drivers, these are in a mixture of tiers in the Formula Racing League, some of which are in tier 1, some of which are in tier 2, and others are part of what's called the Academy, a channel within the FRL. And as far as weather conditions is concerned, we are expecting the race to be fully dry, no signs of any rain at all, so there shouldn't be any issues with regards to the weather. So we're just waiting for the drivers to begin their formation. They're just sorting out their last minute strategies, what tyres to start on, and also how much fuel they'll take into the race. So the 5 lights come on. We'll be racing here in Mexico City. Lights out and away we go, and TVT 03 Dixon gets off the line well, and the Alfa Romeo of Newell 075 has made a great start up to second place behind him. And then we've got the Rebel of Romans Republic behind in third place, and it's the Racing Point who loses ground. There's contact at the back. Not sure how many cars are involved. There's definitely the Alpha Tauri of BX37 Pro's gone round the wrong way. He was up there in the top 5 all of a sudden. Now he's fallen to the back, so he's clearly got front wing damage to his car. Meanwhile, TVT 03 Dixon continuously the way. Then it's Needle 075 in second place, with Romans Republic in third. And it's Big Balls Bowles in fourth, and Andy Turner fifth. Sadistic King being sixth, Quick Killer in seventh, Liverpool Fan 2020 in eighth, J.A. Williams in ninth, and Trotterio in 10th place. There was definitely some contact there at the back. Definitely one of the Alpha Tauris was involved. So we'll get some information as to who's been involved in what. You'll see 5-second time penalty to Night Shadow for gaining a place by going off the racetrack. We're going around to complete the first lap. TVT 03 Dixon continuing to lead. It's Noodles 075, Romans Republic, Big Balls Bowles. Andy Turner is a stick king, and he's got his teammate Liverpool Fan 2020 behind him. There's J.A. Williams in 8th in the Mercedes, Trotterio in 9th, and Mr. Yo-Yo 910 is off into 10th place. And Quick Killer's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pits. He's the only driver to come in for a pit stop with front wing damage. So see, positions keep changing left, right and centre. See the Mercedes there of J. Williams under pressure from the Renault of Trotterio, and CLR Origin Gamut down the inside of the Renault. He's up into 9th place as the Ferrari driver, so he's getting a couple of positions already on this lap. Here's Kieran T 2014 in 12th. He was one of those that competed in the penultimate round of the Tier 2 category in the Formula Racing League. He'll be back racing next week at Monza for the season finale. Mr. Yo-Yo has got a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. New fastest up of the race from TTV 03 Dixon in the Alpha Tauri. You see Roman's Republic. He won't be under pressure from Noodles 075 with DRS, but he most definitely will do very shortly. So he's going to have DRS. Actually, no, because the detection point is on the last corner of the lap, or just before the last corner of the lap, which applies to both DRS zones 1 and 2. And you can see contact there at the back. There's the McLaren of F1 Ginit to win it. He's gone round the wrong way and has lost time positions there. So that's him down the other, so both of the McLaren struggling. But TTB 03 Dixon continuing to lead. And there's another incident down at Sector 1. It's F1 Immortal who has gone for a spin. We've got Noodles 075 in third place in the Alfa Romeo, who's just lost a position to Roman's Republic. And to make matters worse, he's now got a time penalty for exceeding track limits. Now that will be applied to his race time at the end. And Arjun Barger going on there. There's the Ferrari of COL Origin Gummit, who has damaged his Ferrari, and he'll be coming into the pits for a front wing change. And Noodles 075 has lost a position to Big Balls Bowles, so there's a position also between the Williams drivers. Liverpool Fan 2020 down the inside of Sadistic King, and muscles his way past and up into 6th place. You see there's a battle from behind. There's the AlphaTauri of BX37 Pro round the outside of the Alfa Romeo of SS the Hound. It's barsed off the track there by Jay Hartnell. He's lost the position anyway. He's down to 15th. And BX37 Pro, the latest to be given a time penalty for exceeding track limits. We'll have a look at the time penalties later on. Now I think that those who started on the mediums will be very much coming into their zone very, very soon, with the likes of TTB03 Dixon, Roman's Republic and Big Balls Bowles' tyres beginning to wear away. Likewise with Andy Turner. Jay Hunt was the only driver to have started on the hards. You can see full start behind the Renaults. He's got the Mercedes of J.A. Williams and BF37 Pro behind him. Mr. Yo-Yo, Jay Hartnell, the Hound, and Night Shadow. And there's a change of position there. BX37 Pro making a move on the Mercedes of J.A. Williams up into 11th place. So begins to recover after that poor start. So just want to have a look and see who's gained what from the starting position. You can see there, Kieran 2014 up 7 places from 16th to 9th. Sadistic King up from 13th to 7th. Roman's Republic up 3 positions from 5th to 2nd place. He's 6 seconds off the lead. And most definitely BX37 Pro making that poor start from 6th by making contact with someone down at turn 1, but he's recovering very quickly. You can see there there's the racing point of 4 start with DRS behind the Renault of Kieran 2014. Around the outside into turn 1. And it's a clean manoeuvre there from the racing point driver. Bit of contact there, but nothing too harmful, and that's a position gained for 4 star. So that's him up into 9th place in the meat of a Renault sandwich. And at the back you've got the 2 Ferraris and the 2 McLarens in the last 4 positions. Not often you hear that. Meanwhile, here's Andy Turner on the gearbox of Noodles 075. And the good news for Andy Turner is that Nils 075 is not within a second of Big Balls Bell, so he's got a good chance of getting the move done here on the start finish straight with DRS. He uses the ERS. DRS is going to be open, and I'm sure he's going to whiz past the Alfa Romeo rather easily. And he does so that's a position gain for Andy Turner up into 4th place. 4-star, looking to complete a similar manoeuvre on the second Renault of Trotterio. But he's got no ERS in there, so he's going to struggle to overtake him from there. Night Shadows completed the move on the Hound for 15th. F1 Immortal back in the pits, presumably for a new front wing. And he'll fall down to last place. You can see their 4-star down the inside of the Renault of Trotterio. Around the outside, great move there from 4-star. He's moved up into 8th, recovering after that poor start. And there's been an incident, well, I say there's been an incident sector 3, but it's not, it's just F1 Immortal coming out of the pits. Nearly laps now, we're only on lap 8. There's BX37 Pro, determined to get back into the points as well. With DRS. Around the outside, and that's manoeuvre completed there. There's the Ferrari of F1 Immortal getting out of the way. Either way, BX37 Pro up into the points. Now, points do not apply in this one. It is just a one-off Intersocial event for these drivers. It's a good opportunity to experience the 100% race. He's TTV 03 Dixon, continuing to dominate. And there's a spin. It looks like one of the Williams has gone for a spin. I couldn't quite tell who that was. And it's Statistic King B who has spun. Now, I wonder if he's picked up damage or he's just spun by himself. Either way, he's fallen down to 12th place now. So not good news for him. You see Noodles 075 with DRS. Too far back to have a go on Andy Turner into turn 1. Here's Kieran 2014 looking to get his own back on the AlphaTauri of BX37 Pro on the inside, so this should be an easy move, and it is, and he's up into 9th place. He will have DRS into the second straight of the lap, but he didn't get a good exit off turn 3, so he's going to be on the threat from the AlphaTauri of BX37 Pro. Goes to the inside, locks up. Kieran 2014 determined to complete the switchback on BX37 Pro. Round the outside into turn 6. The two continuing to bang wheels, but it's the AlphaTauri who gets back ahead. So great racing between those two. But BX37 Pro's outbraked himself, gone in 2D, and Kieran 2014 has moved back ahead of him. You can see F1 Immortal continuing to get lapped by the leaders. So here's Noodles 075. Right behind the Haas of Andy Turner. Now the drivers are continuing to get time penalties at the moment. BX37 Pro is in the pits, but he's got a 5-second time penalty for speeding. So, not good news for him. No need to change the front wing. Out on another set of the soft compound. I wonder if he's serving some of his time penalty in the pits, actually, is BX37 Pro. He's served 5 seconds, but he may have another 5 seconds to serve the next time he comes into the pits. He's got 20-second time It's got a 20-second time penalty so far as BX37 Pro. That's a lot of time. So, on his way. And I think one of the Ferraris has gone for a moment. That's F1 Immortal. Then Noodles 075 did get by Andy Turner, so good move from him there. And I think that Andy Turner is going to get DRS on the Alfa Romeo driver on the start finish straight. He does have a little bit of DRS, but Noodles 075 has more ERS. Too far back to have a go from there. BX37 Pro has another 3 seconds, taking his tally to 23. I can imagine some of these drivers are going to have enormous time penalties by the end of this one. So TV03 Dixon continuing to lead, over 10 seconds in front of second place Romans Republic. Then it's Big Balls Bells in the Mercedes in third place. Noodles 075 and Andy Turner have time penalties in fourth and fifth. Noodles 075 has 6 seconds time penalty. Andy Turner has a 3-second time penalty. We'll work out more of the time penalties later on, but not as relevant at this stage. Mike Shadow in 14th. This is the closest battle at the moment between him and J.A. Williams. We want to go back to the battle for fourth place between Noodles 075 and Andy Turner. Turner right in the slipstream. Is he going to be close enough to have a go from there? Probably not. I think he's going to run out of ERS to make a lunge down the inside. Into turn 1 they go. The Alfa Romeo blocks up. And the Turner will have another bite at it though. DRS open. And no change of position there. You can see CRL Origin Gamut getting past the Alfa Romeo of the Hound. And F1 Ginit to win it, looking to follow through. And Liverpool fans got a time penalty now for exceeding track limits. The top 3 don't have time penalties so far. F1 to win it, now has a time penalty. And someone's gone for a spin. It's the AlphaTauri of BX37 Pro. And I can imagine we're going to see a lot of these drivers lapped in this race. They are on equal performance of these 2020 cars. And BX37 Pro has retired from the session now. It looks as though he's crashed out somewhere, or he's pulled to the side. He's crashed out on the exit of the last turn, so... And the safety car is out. So this is going to bunch up the field. TTV03 Dixon has just missed the pit entry. And he's going to catch up to the safety car. Is Romans Republic going to be coming in? He will have completed 13 laps on these tyres, and yes, he is going to be pitting. I wonder if Big Balls Bells is going to do the same. He is. Noodles 075 also making the switch from the mediums. Andy Turner also going in. Liverpool Fan 2020 4-star are entering. I can imagine Trotter Rio is going to be coming in for a stop. It's pit stops galore at the moment. And TTV03 Dixon will be feeling worried about the likes of Romans Republic, Big Balls Valves, Noodles O's 7.5 will be on much fresher tyres than he will be. Now Jay Hartnell's decided to stay out on his hards, no surprise there. Now TTV03 Dixon needs to be as quick as he can to try and come in for a pit stop. And Jay Hartnell's now got a 3-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Let's see if TTV03 Dixon does come in for a pit stop. And no, he decides to stay out, so he's committed himself to go on a longer first stint on the softs. Romans Republic catching up to him now. So TTV03 Dixon leads behind the safety car ahead of Romans Republic. Big Balls Bells is in third. Noodles 075 is in fourth ahead of Andy Turner. Jay Hartnell, who's not pitted, is in sixth. Liverpool Fan in seventh. 4-star 8. Trotterio in ninth. And the Hound, who's also still not pitted, is in 10th. Now I wonder if he's going to try and stretch the mediums as far as he can. No, but he's not caught up to the long queue of cars under the safety car yet. I wonder if he will come into the pits. Find out soon enough whether the safety car will come in at the end of this lap. It's going past the second sector now. And it looks as though it's going to be continuing to stay out, so... Now there is one driver who is lapped in this queue, and that's F1 Immortal. Now in this game, they don't let the lapped cars to overtake. The only way they can do that is if the leaders, for example, were to go onto the runoff area and let them by, so that they can let them through legally. Or if they come into the pits for a change of tyres. So the Hound does decide to stay out, so he's committed on his old mediums. So it's going to be an interesting restart with TTV03 Dixon leading. The Romans Republic is going to be on much fresher tyres. Now I can imagine this is not going to be the last safety car period we're going to have. There could well be more later on. No rain is expected. It is expected to be dry throughout. And the safety car is going to be coming in at the end of this lap. So TTV03 Dixon will back the field up, allow the safety car to pull in. He will choose his moment to bolt clear of the pack. He needs a good restart here, is TTV03 Dixon. And I think he's going to wait until the very last minute, but no, he's going. He's spun, coming into the pits, is TTV03 Dixon. I don't believe it. So he's lost it, coming out of the last corner, and he's fallen down the order drastically there. What an embarrassment for TTV03 Dixon. Romans Republic takes the lead of the race. We've got the Mercedes Big Balls Bells coming through. And you see TTV03 Dixon down to 16th place after dominating this race earlier on. He's got a mountain to climb, and he's on much older tyres than these guys. Bits of debris flying up in the air, and that's just coming from the trees surrounding the circuit. And there's contact at the back. Not sure who's involved. You can see the Racing Point making contact with the Rebel. Night Shadow's got damage to his front wing. The Romans Republic keeps his car out of trouble, and you can see Big Balls Bells tossing out with Andy Turner 07. And what a move from Andy Turner to go right round the outside, coming into the stadium section. Turn 12 it was that he got by him. So he's now up into second place now. Romans Republic has got quite a bit of margin at the moment, quite a big margin to keep out of DRS range. No DRS for the first 2 laps of the restart, but Big Balls Bells wants to get back past the Haas of Andy Turner. Dives down the inside at turn 1 through turn 2, but Andy Turner has the high ground and keeps hold of second place. Now Liverpool Fan 2020 in the Williams around the outside of the Alfa Romeo of Noodles 075. And there's a spin at the back, and it's the Renault of Kieran 2014. It's gone for a spin. Night Shadow comes back out with a new front wing. Incredible restart, and TTV03 Dixon has made his way back into 13th place so far. He's just lapping the Ferrari of F1 Immortal, and now he's going to be on the tail of Statistic King right round the outside. Statistic King not really fighting it out too much here, and lets him go. You can see the McLaren of F1 Ginit to win it, making contact there, and the Alfa Romeo of the Hound going wide. Liverpool Fan 2020 falling back behind, and TTV Dixon is coming to the pits for a change of tyres. So clearly leaving it too late there to make the switch. There's still a long way to go yet in this one. F1 Immortal has left the session now, so I don't know if he'll be pitting to retire. Don't know if he will be retiring from the session. He may choose to come back. The car is going to be controlled by the AI. And Trotteria losing the position to the Ferrari CL Origin Gamma. Mr. Yo-Yo behind the Williams of Sadistic King. Let's see, Noodles 075, you've got the Williams of Liverpool Fan 22, dives down the inside into turn 12, but can't quite make the move stick. Yeah, we'll say in section, you know, the Williams driver is going to have DRS again. Noodles 075 getting bad wheel spin off the turn. That's going to make him vulnerable to the Williams and maybe to the Racing Point behind him. Liverpool Fan 2020 surely got him. He's going to go to the outside, going the long way round. Can he outbrake it into turn 1? The two make contact. Side by side still through turn 2 and through turn 3. And they're still going at it. And now the Racing Point of 4 Star is going to surely take advantage, but no. The top 3 still, the positions remain the same until 4-star goes right round the outside of Liverpool Fan 2020 to take 5th position. So good move there from the Racing Point driver. And Liverpool Fan getting back ahead of the Racing Point. These two fighting it out brilliantly on this lap. And the Ferrari of CRL, Orange and Gamma, looming in behind them. And Liverpool Fan 2020 still within DRS range of the Alfa Romeo. There's a long queue of cars behind now. And Euro 75 is going to find it very difficult to fend them off. Surely he's not going to fight up. Having said that, he's got some ERS still left in there. He's not using it at the moment, and the Williams driver goes past him with DRS. So it's 4th place for Liverpool Fan 2020. Euro 75 still won't have DRS yet. You can see the Statistic King making his way back through the field on his new set of hards. 303 Dixon setting a new fastest lap of the race. And there's been an incident down at turn 4 by the looks of things. I think it involved the Renault of Trotterio, who may have had an incident with another driver, or he's spun by himself. Otherwise, he's falling down the order to 10th place. Nudas 075 under pressure from the Racing Point. The Williams of Liverpool Fan 2020 beginning to pull away. The Racing Point's under pressure from the Ferrari of CRL, Orange and Gamma. And he's lost the position to him. So the Ferrari's up into 6th place. CRL, Orange and Gamma. And now the McLaren of F1 Ginit to win it, who's recovered well from being at the back of the field earlier on. He's going to be alongside the Racing Point. Down the inside into turn 1, and that's a position gain for Ginit to win it. And now the Ferrari of CRL, Orange and Gamma, looking to make amends on the Alfa Romeo of Noodles 075. Looking to try and go around the outside. Can't quite do it there. And now the Alfa Romeo, the other Alfa Romeo of the Hound, back down the inside. It goes across the runoff area, and surely he's got to get the position back there, and he does. Now Big Balls Bells, a second behind Andy Turner, will he be a second behind him at the detection point for the DRS zone on the start-finish straight. Here's the battle still, 4-car battle for 5th place. Needles 075, Orange and Gamma, Ginit to win it, and 4-star. Going down the start-finish straight now. Orange and Gamma will have DRS, and this should be an easy manoeuvre. And he's got past the Alfa Romeo driver rather easily, and surely the McLaren's going to find a way through as well. Doesn't do it through turn 1. He may do it into turn 4 with the second DRS zone. The Hound's just come into the pits for a change of tyres. We'll find out what tyres he's on in a moment. For the time being, he's Ginit to win it round the outside of the Alfa Romeo of Noodles 075. The two make contact, banging wheels, and Ginit to win it just stays in front. Oh, and gets a bit of a nudge from the McLaren, but remains in front in 6th. So Orange and Gamma up into 5th place and going after Liverpool Fan 2020. So the Hound is back out on a set of hard tyres. So we're going on a long second stint. So everyone apart from Jay Hardnell has made a pit stop. Big Balls Bells. It's going to have DRS on Andy Turner. So could see a change for 2nd place here. So much more speed than the Haas driver on the start finish straight. Has Big Ball Bells. And it's game over from there, and that's second place for Big Balls Bells. F1 Jinit to win it. Down the inside of Needles 075 before the corner, and completes the move there. So good move from Jinit to win it. 4-star looking to follow suit. DRS wide open, too far back to have a go though through turn 4, so no change there. And TTV03 Dixon on his fresh mediums, looking to get by the Renault of Kieran 2014. DRS open, and this is surely an easy manoeuvre there for him, and it is. So that's 14th place for the AlphaTauri, who was leading for the first 15 or so laps before he had that spin on the safety car restart, leaving himself with an awful amount of work to do. Here's Roman's Republic, continuing to lead. Jay Williams has a 3-second time penalty. We'll look at the time penalties later on. There are only 3 drivers now in this race who do not have a time penalty at all. They are 4-star, TTV03 Dixon, and Sadistic King. You can see 4-star right round the outside of Noodles 075 with DRS, and that's 7th place for the Racing Point. The AlphaTauri of TTV03 Dixon passing the Mercedes of J.A. Williams up into 13th. So recovering, continuing his recovery drive, and he's going to be on the tail of the McLaren of Quick Killer very, very shortly. Meanwhile, the battle for second rages on. Big Balls Bells leading ahead of Andy Turner and Liverpool Fan 2020. Now the Haas and the Williams will have DRS at the same time. Don't expect there to be a change of positions into turn 12. Now there's a Ferrari coming up, of which... oh no, it's the leader actually. It's Roman's Republic, who may have lost a little bit of time somewhere, but he is over 2 seconds in front, so he is out of DRS range. Big Balls Bells under threat from the Haas of Andy Turner and the Williams of Liverpool Fan. DRS wide open. Got the Williams of Liverpool Fan also with DRS on the inside. Side pod to front left wheel contact. And Big Balls Bells getting awful wheel spin off turn 3. And that's going to allow Andy Turner to pull closer in. Can he get down the inside into turn 4? He can. The two make contact, and I think the Mercedes is going to be back for more there. Makes contact with the Haas. And Big Balls Bells is going to be under threat now from the Williams of Liverpool Fan, who will surely dive down the inside into turn 6. And Big Balls Bells only losing 1 position through all that. So that's the effect of not having DRS on the start-finish straight and on the back straight into turn 4. And TT303 Dixon has already got past Quick Killer up into 11th, so closer to the points, or closer to the top 10. Liverpool Fan behind the Mercedes, and so is Origin Gamma. Now both of these will have DRS. Liverpool Fan will want to get by the Mercedes very, very quickly. DRS wide open. He's not going to have DRS. Origin Gamma will have. He's got plenty in reserve. Liverpool Fan diving down the inside of Mercedes. A very, very audacious manoeuvre there. They can't quite make the move stick. And TTV03 Dixon has now got past Trotterio, who's pitted for a new set of tyres. And he's also going to get by Mr. Yo-Yo. So Dixon up into 9th place. And the Ferrari of Origin Gamma has also got by Liverpool Fan into turn 4. So it's Origin Gamma up into 4th place. And right behind the Mercedes of Big Balls Bells. Already a third of the way through this one. It's been quite an eventful one so far. Plenty of overtakes, plenty of time penalties to consider. So we'll have a look at that. Want to watch this battle between the Mercedes, the Ferrari and the Williams for third place. So the Ferrari getting good drive off the last corner, and I think Big Balls Bells is going to find it very difficult to hold on to the final podium position at the moment. Orange and Gummit with DRS, and it's no contest there at all really. So that's the Ferrari up into third. Now the Williams looking to follow suit. The good news for him is that Big Balls Bells won't have DRS because the detection point for both DRS zones is just before the last corner. So Big Balls Bells is going to find it very difficult to hold on to fourth, and he's lost 2 positions in the space of 3 turns. So Big Balls Bells losing time and places at the moment. Roman Republic continuing to lead. And we'll take the opportunity to have a look at the time penalties now. And the time penalties for these drivers is rather similar at the moment. Roman's Republic has got 3-second time penalty, Anderton's got 6, Orange and Gum's got 3, Liverpool Fan, Big Balls Bells and Ginit to Win has got 6 seconds each. The largest penalty at the moment is the Hound in 18th place, who's got 17 seconds worth of time penalty. So that's all you need to know for now. Meanwhile, here's Andy Turner, who's under pressure from the Ferrari of Orange and Gummit, who gets past him as easily as the Ferrari got past the Mercedes a lap ago. And here's the McLaren of Ginit to Win It down the inside of Big Balls Bells, and that's another position lost for Big Balls Bells. So he's losing another place there. He's lost 4 positions in a space of 3 or 4 laps. Clearly not having the pace at the moment. We'll have a look at the age of the tyres. So you can see Quick Killer, who in 11th has been on these mediums for 26 laps. Now, the Jay Hartnell has now pitted a couple of laps ago for the mediums. He was on the hards earlier, and now he's on the mediums. He's running in 15th place. TT303 Dixon, who's in 9th, continuing to make inroads on Noodles 075 in front of him. Looking to set fastest lap after fastest lap. TT303 Dixon looking to make amends. Going to go back into the battle for third place. You can see Liverpool Fan 2020's got by Andy Turner. They've got Ginit to Win It, who's on the tail of the Haas. Can he get by? Not on this occasion. Big Balls Bells is still in there, and I'm sure 4-star will be closing in on that. On the trio, you see a couple of position changes there. Jay Hartnell's got by Statistic King, and Quick Killer's in the pits to go on another set of the mediums. Don't think that will be the last stop from him in this race. Can imagine he'll come back in again maybe for a set of softs later on. Now T303 Dixon has picked up his first 3 seconds of time penalty. He's closing in on the Alfa Romeo of Noodles 075. And he's doing so lap by lap. Ginit to Win It on the start finish straight with DRS, passing the Haas of Andy Turner, who is powerless to stop the McLaren from getting past with the extra straight line speed. And now he could be going for third place here. Liverpool Fan 2020, who doesn't have DRS, under pressure from the McLaren. The two are side by side, leave each other room, and the McLaren is up to third. So good lap from Ginit to Win It. Orange and Gamma, who's been on his soft tyres for 16 laps now, You would think they'd be beginning to fall off the cliff at this point. Liverpool fans got another 3 seconds of time penalty now. We'll have a look at the time penalties later on to work out who could finish where in the order. And if we do get a safety car, that could change things very drastically. Liverpool fan 2020 will have DRS on the McLaren, but he's probably too far back to have a go into turn 1. But at least he can protect his position from Andy Turner behind him. Theo Dixon within DRS range of the Alfa Romeo of Noodles 075, DRS open. Can you get into the slipstream of the Alfa Romeo? Probably too far back to do it from there. Goes right all the way to the outside. There's an incident in sector 2. It seems to have got away very quickly. It's the McLaren of Quick Killer has gone for a spin. And Mr. Yo-Yo exiting the pits on a set of the hard compound. Rejoining ahead of Night Shadow in 15. I was hoping we'd see some brilliant on-track action, great battles going on. And tonight we do have just that. Brilliant battles throughout the field, excellent to see. Certainly for a spectator. Big Balls Bells in the slipstream of the Haas. Seems to have more ERS left in him. He doesn't actually, but he seems to be on the better tyres at this point than the Haas is. And he's up into 5th. And I think Andy Turner's tyres, his soft compound, 18 laps old, are going to be going off the cliff very, very soon. TTV03 Dixon completing a move on Noodles 075 to go up into 8th place. Outbrakes himself into turn 1. Noodles 075 can't quite take advantage. But I think with the extra straight line speed with DRS for TTV03 Dixon, he'll keep his 8th place. J.A. Williams looking to go around the outside of the Renault of Kieran 2014. No change there though. We've had just the one retirement so far. BX37 Pro crashed his AlphaTauri into the barrier on the exit of the last turn, which brought out the safety car. And TTV03 Dixon, who was the only one of the leaders that didn't pit, spun on the safety car restart and fell well down the order. He's recovering well though. He's back up into 8th. And Liverpool Fan 2020 is in the pits. Now what tyres is he going to go on? Is he going to go on a set of hards? Let's see what tyres he chooses. And Quick Killer's out of the race now. I wonder if he's decided to call it a day. So just going back to Liverpool Fan, he's out on a set of mediums. Andy Turner's on another set of the softs. So we expect to see the McLaren pull over very, very shortly. I hope that doesn't trigger a safety car situation. It shouldn't do. Quick Killer remains out of the way. The car should ghost. And held up Night Shadow, who can't overtake onto the yellow flags. The Hound getting out of the way, who's been lapped. TT03 Dixon is up into 6th place now. He's been on the mediums for 14 laps, so there's still some life left in them. And imagine that Origin Gamma will need to come into the pits to change his softs. A Liverpool fan who lost the position to Andy Turner on his outlap, determined to get the place back. He won't do it into turn 1. He may do it on the back straight into turn 4. Gets good drive off the turn. DRS open. Can he complete the move on the Haas? Down the inside. The Haas driver will keep his foot in it. And places his car perfectly to defend the position. That's the closest battle on track at the moment. So we're at half race distance now. Romans Republic continuing to lead. Orange and Gamma is in second place. Ginnick to win it is third. Big Balls Bells is fourth. 4-star fifth in the Racing Point. There's TTV Ogre Dixon, who was leading earlier on. It's in sixth place. Niels 075 is seventh. Andy Turner 8th. Liverpool Fan 2029 and Q in 2014 is in 10th place. Still some way to go yet in this one, and a lot can change. And surely, just before I go on to Orange and Gamma, this is a change of position between Liverpool Fan 2020 and Andy Turner. It's the Williams who has the upper hand, and will have DRS, so there shouldn't be a change of position into turn 4, and there isn't, so that's Liverpool Fan 2020 up into 8th. Here's Orange and Gamma under threat from the McLaren of Ginnick to win it. The Hound's got a 3-second time penalty now. Another 3 seconds added. And I think this is going to be a change of position here for second, because Ginnick to win it's going to have DRS on his old mediums to Orange and Gamma's softs that are just as old but wearing out faster. And Ginnick to win it passes him with ease and moves up into second place. And with the extra DRS on, you can close in on Romans Republic, who has a 2.5 second lead. He's Q in 2014. Right behind J.A. Williams. He will have DRS. And Andy Turner behind the Williams, the Liverpool fan. Again, he has DRS this time. Too far back to have a go. Q in 2014, determined to get ahead of the Mercedes. He's got awful drive coming off turn 3, and that's going to allow Jay Hartnell to pull into the slipstream, pull alongside, and that will be 11th place going to the Haas. Big Balls Bells has got a 3-second time penalty now for exceeding track limits. That will go towards his race time. And Ginnick to win it. Out of DRS at the moment. Gap down to 1.6 seconds at the moment. Brilliant battle for the lead right now. Liverpool Fan 2020. There's a little bit more DRS left in him than Andy Turner. Jay Hartnell will have DRS to pull alongside the Mercedes of J.A. Williams, and that's 10th place for the Haas. So good move for him there. He's had a good last couple of laps. .4 seconds now the gap between Romans Republic and Ginnick to win it. So, in sector 2, it's the Mercedes of... Is that Big Balls Bells who's just had a spin? It is! Big Balls Bells facing the wrong way, and we've got a virtual safety car now. Mr. Yo-Yo's also crashed out somewhere. We're not quite sure what's happened. Or he stopped in the pits. So he's out of the race. But it's a virtual safety car, and Romans Republic is going to take the opportunity to come in, but the McLaren of Ginnick to win it has stayed out. Now you do lose less time under a virtual safety car to green flag conditions. 4-star stay now, as is TV Dixon. Romans Republic is going to rejoin in 4th place, with Orange and Gamma pitting for a set of mediums in 5th. Noodles 075 coming in. Big Balls Bells having his front wing changed. And Mercedes is on his way again. And drivers are waiting for the green flag to resume. And we're back on the way again. There's been an incident in sector 1, but it seems to have come away clear. I think it's the Red Bull of Mr. Yo-Yo who's stopped out on the racetrack. There you go, look. So he's stopped there now. So his race is over. So Night Shadow almost holding up Immortal. He's had a wretched race as Night Shadow. And Night Shadow has now left the session, so he's out of the race. He's the 4th driver to retire. And TTV03 Dixon going alongside, round the outside. Couldn't overtake though because of the yellow flag, so he had to give the position up to 4-star. He can overtake into this section now though and complete the manoeuvre on the racing point. Down the inside into turn 4, and textbook stuff really from the man who was leading the race earlier on. So Night Shadow pulling off to a safe area, just like Mr. Yo-Yo did a moment ago. Now Orange and Gamma right behind Romans Republic. This is effectively a battle for the lead here because Jinnit to win it will be pitting again. Now Romans Republic on his hard tyres, he's probably going to go to the end of this one. Orange and Gamma may not. Now there is time penalties to consider. So in about 10 laps or so we'll work out who has got what in regards to time penalties. Orange and Gamma, DRS open, behind the Red Bull. So he's going to have more grip at this stage than Romans Republic will do. No change there into turn 1. Here's a Liverpool fan on the inside of Andy Turner. And that's 7th place for the Williams driver. Orange and Gamma round the outside of the Red Bull of Romans Republic. And it's a brilliant move there to move up into 4th. So crucial move there for Orange and Gamma. Riding on board with TT303 Dixon. So 30 laps to go in this. Jinnit to win it. Leading the race at the moment. But he's bound to pit again. TV03 Dixon, who's got a little bit more tyre lie left on his mediums than Jinnit to win it and 4-star. So he could go a little bit longer if he wanted to. Orange and Gamma is likely to pit again. Romans Republic, we expect to see him go to the end of this race. There's a change of position here as Andy Turner coming back for more. Down the inside of the Williams of Liverpool fan and back up into 7th he goes. And Jinnit to win it has got another 3 seconds of time penalty, which could prove to be important come the end of this race. Let's just quickly have a look at the time penalties now. In fact, Jinnit to win it's got 12 seconds worth of time penalty. comparison to Dixon has 3, 4-Star's got 6, Orange and Gamma and Roman's Republic have got 3 each, Noodles has got 18 seconds worth of time penalty, Anderson's got 11, and Liverpool Fan has got 12. Huge time penalties there. Roman's Republic has got another 3 seconds added to his time penalty, which takes his total to 6. You can see Liverpool Fan behind the Haas of Andy Turner, refusing to leave him alone. And it is the closest battle out on track at the moment between Andy Turner and Liverpool Fan. In the battle for 7th. Mules 075 is currently out of DRS range. So Dixon 14.5 seconds behind race leader Jinnit to win it. 4-Star is in 3rd place ahead of CRL, Orange and Gamma, Roman's Republic, and Noodles 075, who is on his old set of hards. I can imagine he'll go a little bit longer and go on to a set of mediums to finish the race on. And someone's gone for a spin in sector 2. Couldn't quite tell who that was. It might have been the Hound that's gone for a spin in 15th place. And I think everyone apart from the Hound and the Immortal are on the same lap as the leaders. They're still running, of course. And a contact there between Noodles 075 and Andy Turner. And Andy Turner gets past. Andy Turner moves up into 6th place. And Liverpool Fan will be on the tail of him. Coming into turn 4. But he's not going to have a go through into turn 4 there. Here's Orange and Gamma within DRS range of 4-Star. His tyres are 25 laps younger than the Racing Points, so there should be no contest really. It's just a matter of time before he does get past him. 4-Star will try and fight it off. DRS, before having DRS, rear ring opens, and that's a clean manoeuvre there for the Ferrari driver. So Orange and Gamma back up into 3rd place. Here's Noodles 075, who doesn't have DRS. Liverpool Fan does. He's surely going to go to the outside, or is he going to go to the inside? He's going to go to the outside this time, then the inside, switches back, down the inside he goes. Can't quite make the move stick, but he'll be back for more on the back straight into turn 4. DRS open into the slipstream of the Alfa Romeo. Noodles 075 locks up again. Liverpool Fan determined to get the move done before the end of the lap. Can't quite do so there. Great race in this. Noodles 075 still tossing it out with Liverpool Fan 2020. Now he's not going to be in DRS range. Liverpool Fan 2020 is going to have DRS on the start finish straight. And I think he's going to struggle to fend him off here because, yeah, he's coming into the pits as Noodles 075 to put on another set of tyres. So Liverpool Fan 2020 goes up into 7th, and he's going to have DRS. Giving him an opportunity to close in on Andy Turner once again. So what tyres is Neither's 075 going on. He's going on a set of mediums and is serving... I thought he was going to serve some of his time penalty in the pits. He may well have done. He'll rejoin behind Jay Hartnell in 10th. So let's see what battles we've got out on track at the moment. Romans Republic getting another 3-second time penalty. That's not good news for him. But he's within a second. A 4th place 4-star. Whose tyres is 25 laps older than Romans Republic. And Romans Republic is on the hard tyres. It's a 4-star on the mediums. Surely he's going to get the move done on the start-finish straight. Unless 4-star decides to come into the pits for another set of tyres, but he doesn't do so, and he gets good drive actually off turn 16. And Romans Republic will have to sit behind him for a little bit longer. Here's Needles 075 determined to make up for lost time. He's behind the pass of Jay Hartnell, who's been on his mediums for 19 laps. Needles 075 is on his first lap on his new mediums. So he should get the move done rather easily here. He does it before the line actually, so Needles 075 probably is going to need to defend actually from the Haas, but he's got enough in hand actually. So that's him up into 9th. And Jinnik to win it is coming in. Well, looks to be his final stop. Now, what tyres is he going to go on? He's got a 14-second lead over Dixon in second. And it's a set of the softs. Now, is he going to be able to go the final 24 laps on a set of softs? Dixon takes back the lead again for the first time in about 30 laps. Origin Gamma goes up into second. And Jinnik in it will rejoin in 3rd place ahead of Romans Republic. 4-stars in the pits to go on a set of softs. He should, I think he's going to rejoin behind Big Balls Bowles actually. He does, so 4-star rejoins in 8th. So Dixon, we expect him to be in the pits sometime soon, but I don't think he'll want to come in just yet. He's not within DRS, he's out of DRS range from Orange and Gamma behind him, but he won't be, but he'll be under threat very, very shortly, as Orange and Gamma's tyres are 20 laps younger than Dixon's. Statistic King getting ahead of J.A. Williams, who's just pitted for a set of the soft compound. And Dixon does come into the pits, so is he going to go on the set of the soft compound? I think he is, yeah. So he will rejoin. Probably behind Andy Turner, a Liverpool fan. Or is he going to rejoin ahead of the Liverpool fan? I think he may join ahead of him actually. He does, and he rejoins it in 5th place, so he's had a good middle stint, has Dixon. And it's helped him up into 5th place, and he's going to be on much fresher tyres than Dixon is, and Dixon's tyres are going to fall off the cliff very, very shortly. And there's an incident in sector 3. It's one of the Renaults who's gone for a spin. Here in 2014 it is. I think he's going to be back in the pits for a new nose actually. Yeah, he's damaged the front left side of the front wing, so he'll fall down the order. And Orange and Gamma has taken... Oh no, he's not. Well, Orange and Gamma is in the lead on his mediums. Jinnik to win it on his fresh softs. Should get by him here. I don't think Orange and Gamma is going to make it that easy. You see Jinnik to win it. New fastest lap. I'm expecting to pull alongside and get the manoeuvre done here. There we go. That's a good move there from Ginnick to win it. He takes back the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix. TTD Dixon has got past Andy Turner. He's back up into 4th. Next man up from him is Romans Republic, 9.5 seconds up the road. And Turner struggling to get the car turning into the corner. That's how it feels with warm softs, and you can see Big Balls Bells back in the pits for another set of the soft compound. He's had a wretched race. He will rejoin in 9th, and another 3 seconds added to Dixon's race time, which will be at the end. He's so determined to get back into the lead here. It's possible as it stands. He's got 3 seconds of time penalty less than Romans Republic, 9 less than Ginnick to win it. He's got 3 more than Orange and Gamma. So second place is possible, most definitely. So Ginnick to win it needs to bridge out as far as the gap as he can in order to win this race, and he's got 21 laps to do so. And on a set of softs, it's not going to be easy. And if we get a safety car, that's going to hamper him a lot. Andy Turner 07 into the pits for his final set of tyres, serving some of his time penalty. 5 seconds of it on his set of mediums, and he's on his way, so he'll rejoin in 8th place. The Bull Fan up to 5th, 4 star 6th, Noodles 075 in 7th place. You see T303 Dixon. He's coming up to, well, it looks like one of the Renaults actually is a lap down. That's one Immortal. See here in 2014. Getting laps there by the AlphaTauri of Dixon. And Romans Republic is in the pits to go onto the set of the softs. And he's on his way again. Romans Republic will drop to 6th place. You can see 4 star on the tail of the Williams of Liverpool Fan, down the inside into turn 1. And he did it rather easily there. Liverpool Fan didn't seem to fight it out with him too much. Now his tyres are 14 laps older than 4 stars, but Liverpool Fan's on less grippy rubber than 4 stars. I wonder if both of them will pit again before the end of this race. Liverpool Fan could do, most definitely. He'd go on to a set of softs in about 10 laps time if he wanted to. So race order, Ginnick to win it leads, ahead of Orange and Gamma in 2nd, then it's Dixon 3rd, 4 star 4th, Liverpool Fan in 5th, Romans Republic in 6th, Noodles 075 is 7th, Andy Turner 8th, Big Balls Bells is 9th, and Jay Hartnell in the Haas in the final position in the top 10. Liverpool Fan coming into the pits now. Is he going to go on the set of the soft compound? He'll fall behind Noodles 075. And I think he'll fall behind Andy Turner as well. And he's going to go on a set of softs. He'll come out ahead of the Haas driver, I think. He will do. So, Liverpool Fan rejoins in 7th place, ahead of Andy Turner. So we've seen quite a lot in this one. And we've still got a quarter of this race to go. Lap 54 out of 71. Closest back on track at the moment is between Andy Turner and Big Balls Bells for 8th place. Big Balls Bells is on his fresh softs, Andy Turner on his fresh mediums, so this should be a good old battle here. Big Balls Bells with DOS coming into turn 12 now, round the outside, and that's job done for him there, but he's going to be under threat from the Haas driver with DRS onto the start from the straight. He may not be able to fend off this time around. DRS open for Andy Turner. And DRS open, can't make the move stick. So no change of position. And Trotterio in the Renault in the pits for a set of softs, serving some of his time penalty. He'll fall behind his teammate Kieran 2014. He'll probably fall behind Statistic King as well. I imagine that Orange and Gamma will want to go to the end of the race, although he may choose, in a few laps' time, to go onto a set of the softs. Now, Ginitz Winnet's pitted 3 times in this race, Orange and Gamma's pitted 3 times, Dixon's pitted twice. So the only drivers that have pitted twice are Dixon 4-star, Noodles 075, Jay Hartnell, Jay Williams, Kieran 2014 and the Hound. Everyone else is pitted 3 times. And there's an incident in sector 1 and 2, and it's the Hound who's gone for a spin. It's had a nightmare of a race. What's interesting actually is that the Ginix to win it started the race from 15th on the grid. Orange and Gamma started 17th. And they're up in 1st and 2nd place. That's incredible. They've had a brilliant, brilliant race. I know there was the safety car, but that's helped them incredibly to get them to where they are now. So it looks though the last pit stops have been completed. There may still be another 1 or 2 that decide to come in. So the top 10 are on the same lap as the leader. Jay Hartnell in 10th place, the last of those on the league lap. Dixon 2.8 seconds behind Orange and Gamma. Now I wonder if Orange and Gamma may decide to go on a set of soft tyres. If he does that, he'll lose a place to Dixon. He'll most definitely lose a place to 4-star and Roman Republic, who would rejoin in 5th place. But he would have the tyres to last the distance, whereas Dixon, 4-star and Roman's Republic have got to do about 20 laps on them. 19 or 20 laps on their softs. And then the closest back on track is between Noodles and Liverpool Fan for 6th. Noodles locking up into turn 1. Now Liverpool fans' tyres are 7 laps younger than Noodles. Noodles is on the mediums, Liverpool fan is on the softs. Jay Hartnell in the pits for his final set of tyres. And he falls down to 11th place behind J.A. Williams. So in a few laps' time we'll have a look at the time penalties. And we'll work out how that will affect the field come the checkered flag. You can see Dixon, who's now within DRS range of Orange and Gamut, about to come up to a back marker, which is Jay Hartnell, who's just exited the pits on his fresh set of soft tyres. So he should be able to pull away actually from these guys. Dixon in DRS. Takes a good line into turn 12. This should be a good battle onto the start finish straight. Liverpool fans got by Noodles into 6th. Dixon's going to go into 2nd place here, past Orange and Gamut. Round the outside, coming into turn 1. And 2nd place for the AlphaTauri. Now if you're Orange and Gamut, do you pit to go on the set of softs, or do you go to the end on your mediums? It's a tough say. He would only lose 2 positions if he was to pit. As it stands, Jinnick to win it with his time penalty, he would still win the race. He would win it by a few seconds. His softs are going to be wearing out towards the end, but I'm sure he'll have enough time in hand. 12 laps to go. There's the Orange Republic, who will have DRS. Continuing to close in on 4 start. Big Balls Bells in 8th. Closing in on Noodles. Jay Hartnell in 11th, right behind the Mercedes of J.A. Williams. We go back into the battle for 7th between Noodles and Big Balls Bells though. Alfa Romeo versus Mercedes. And surely the Mercedes is going to have the upper hand on the Alfa Romeo round the outside. Coming into turn 1. And surely 7th place is going to go to the Mercedes driver, and it is. So Big Balls Bells making up for lost time. I think the Noodles is going to be back on the tail than the Mercedes. Surely he's not going to get back into turn 4. He is down the inside, and the Alfa Romeo spins. Too desperate to get back in front there, and he's paid the price. You can see Jay Williams getting lapped by Dixon. Now this is interesting. Orange and Gamma is on his mediums that are 21 laps old. Dixon is on his softs that are 11 laps old, and Jinnick to win it is on his softs that are 12 laps old. Thinking about it, I think in the final few laps, Orange and Gamma will be quicker than the top 2. I'm not sure he's going to have enough time to be within the window in order to win because of the time penalties. But working it out now, with all the stops completed, Ginitz to win it would win. Orange and Gamma would be in second place ahead of Dixon. Dixon would be in third place. 4-star it would be fourth. Then it's Roman's Republic in fifth. Big Balls Bells in sixth place. And then, I believe, it's Liverpool Fan. But we'll find out soon enough anyway. There's still 10 laps to go. If we do get a safety car, then that's going to change things a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. And the Hound has now been disqualified from the session for multiple warnings. So he's now out of the race. He was lying down in 15th place anyway. That's the problem with getting too many penalties in this game. And Noodles 075 has got 27 seconds of time penalty to his name. Romans Republic continuing to close in on 4-star. Big Balls right behind Liverpool Fan, and Jay Hartnell has overtaken the Mercedes of J.A. Williams to get back into the top 10. I think Jay Hartnell's going to benefit actually from a lot of people, because Andy Turner and Noodles' time penalties are massive in comparison to Jay Hartnell, so Jay Hartnell will finish ahead of both of them as it stands. On his fresh softs, more time he can make up, the better his race result could be at the end. So the gap between Ginitz to win it and Dixon is 12.8 seconds. Ginitz to win it would still take the victory. 8 laps to go. Coming up to lap the Haas of Andy Turner. See what battles the closest battle on track is between 4-star and Romans Republic for 4th. And Sadistic King is the only driver to not have a time penalty at all. So I wonder, he'll most definitely be ahead of Kieran 2014, but I think that's as good as it's going to get for him actually. We'll find out at the end of this race. And Ginitz to win it's lost time on this lap. Now Orange and Gamma, his time penalty is 12 seconds less than Ginitz to win it. So if he can get into a 12-second window to Ginitz to win it, he would finish ahead of him. But in order to get ahead of Dixon, he needs to be within 6 seconds of him if he wants to win as well. So Ginitz to win it is 7 laps away from a magnificent victory. 15th on the grid. So first place is a phenomenal achievement, particularly on a circuit like the Autodromo Hermanos Rodriguez. He thoroughly deserves it. And Dixon will rue that mistake on the safety car restart and not coming in for a set of tyres when the safety car came out. But the race is not over yet. If Dixon can move to within 6 seconds of Ginnick to win it, then he would take the victory. And there's 6 laps to go, so he needs to take really a second out of Ginnick to win its lead in the remaining laps. So the battle for 4th place is still there. You can see Romans Republic lapping one of the Renaults. We'll have DRS, which will help him close in on the racing point of 4-star. Now, Romans Republic's time penalty is 6 seconds more than 4-star, so he needs to get by him and pull out a 6-second gap on him in order to finish ahead of him. And there's an incident in Sector 3, and it's Ginnick to win it who's gone for a spin. Now, I'm not sure what's happened. I don't know if he lit up the tyres coming out of turn 13. But with that spin now, Dixon's within 6 seconds of him. So it's Dixon's race to lose at this point. Ginnick to win it now needs to move back 6 seconds in front of Dixon in order to win this race. Here's Romans Republic, behind 4-star. No change of position there. Andy Turner looking to get out of the way here. He needs to get out of the way because the lead is coming up to lap him again. Not good news for him, but good news for Dixon. Be a massive sigh of relief if he was to win this one after the mistake he made. Ginnick to win it has made a mistake of his own. And the gap is, it says 5.4. Let's see what the gap is as they come across the line. It's 5.2. So with 4 laps to go, Ginnick to win it needs to pull out another 0.8 of a second on Dixon in order to win this race. Romans Republic within DRS range of Romans Republic. DRS open. There's a slipstream of the racing point. Down the inside he goes. And he's ahead of him on the road, but needs to pull out a 6-second gap on the racing point. So 5.3 seconds between Ginnick to win it and Dixon. So just 3 laps left now. The gap is 5.1. So Dixon's taking more out of Ginnick to win its lead. We'll find out how these time penalties change the order at the end. Now here's another thing, another way this could change is if Dixon gets another time penalty then it's very much in Jinnit to win its hands. And we turn it. Another 3 seconds added to his time for exceeding track limits. Gap currently 5.4 seconds. This is going to go right down to the last lap, right down to the last sector, I think. I think Dixon's going to have DRS this time around. No, he's not actually, which is good news for Jinnit to win it. We're on the penultimate lap of this race now. Gap currently 5.2 seconds. Jinnit to win it, still not doing enough. Jay Hartnell has 3 more seconds added to his time penalty. Driver's clearly still pushing hard at the moment. Dixon most definitely is. And he's making up ground on Jinnit to win it, and he's under 5 seconds behind him now. Jinnit to win it is about to start the final lap of this Mexican Grand Prix. The gap at the moment, 4.8 seconds. Unless Dixon makes a mistake on this last lap, Jinnit to win it will lose the win. And to make matters worse, Jinnit to win it has gained another 6 seconds worth of time, but he's gone into the barrier and spins on the last lap. I don't know if that's just all fun and games really, and nearly tries to take out Dixon for good measure. Well, that just adds insult to injury, doesn't it? Jinnit to win it, throws it all the way on the last lap, too desperate to try and pull out that gap. He will fall to second place, and Jinnit to win's left the session as well. But TV Dixon in the lead on the road now on the last lap. 4-star getting back ahead of Romans Republic with less than a lap to go. But TV Dixon will breathe a massive sigh of relief. Recovered after that embarrassment on the safety car restart to get himself back into the lead. You can see all the green, white and red confetti coming out. Dixon rounds the last corner over the line to win the Mexican Grand Prix. He excels in the 100% race distance event. Brilliant job from him. Orange and Gamma is going to come home in second place, not far behind him. Jinnit to win it's going to fall down the order. Even with that front wing damage, it's going to fall behind 4-star and Romans Republic. He'll finish in 5th place. Liverpool fan will be in 6th. Big Ball Bells in 7th. And you can see the Renault crossing the line there. So Liverpool fan 2020 will finish ahead of Big Balls Bells on the road, but Big Balls Bells will finish ahead of him. But he spins, does Big Balls Bells, push too hard. He should still finish ahead of him. He does. Niels 075 will keep hold of 8 because Jay Hartnell finished a lap behind. So it's victory for Dixon in the AlphaTauri. Able to maintain the gap between him and Jinnit to win it, who threw it all away, didn't even want to settle for second. He ended up 5th in the end with the front wing damage. So Dixon taking the victory, joining him on the podium. are Gamma and 4-star. So I'm sure he'll celebrate long into the night. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant race. Really enjoyed that, actually. So here's the final classification of this Mexican Grand Prix. Dixon wins, then it's Origin Gamma in the Ferrari in second place. 4-star was third, ahead of Roman's Republic. Didn't to win it, close to winning it, but just ended up in fifth overall in the end after pushing too hard, getting too many time penalties, and front wing damage, see him drop to fifth. Big Balls Bells was sixth, followed by Liverpool Fan. Noodles was eighth, and the final driver on the lead lap. Jay Hartnell was 9th, ahead of J.A. Williams in 10th. Andy Turner was 11th, then it's Sadistic King in 12th. Trotterio in 13th, ahead of Kieran 2014 in 14th. F1 Immortal, who was a total of 5 laps down, I believe, or 6 laps down on the leader, but was still classified. Night Shadow, Mr. Yo-Yo, Quick Killer, Pro, and the Hound did not finish the race. From this one-off Intersocial event, I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm sure you guys do. We hope to have more of this in the weeks to come. I'm Tom Cairns, and I'll speak to you again soon when the Formula Racing League returns.